Things are getting very interesting and very complicated. Let me start by saying this. A government that cannot protect its people has no business staying in power. Over the past weeks, we've seen shops being looted, innocent Kenyans being killed, women being raped, and police stations being burnt down. All those were signs of a moribund government, a government nearing its collapse. That has been the situation in the past weeks. Compare that to today. As I speak, I've not seen any shop being looted today. No death has so far been reported. No rape cases reported. And we have also not seen any police station being burnt down as of now when I speak. That only means William Ruto's government might have gotten it largely right today. Their formula might have worked out. It's good sometimes to give credit where it's due. I want to give out some observations I've noticed since morning. I've been following very keenly what has been happening across the country, and these are some of the observations I've made. The first observation, and I'll explain them out in details: operations in and around Nairobi CBD totally paralyzed, shops closed, Nairobians can't access the CBD. That's the first observation. The second observation, no death has so far been reported, no shop so far looted. The third observation, the country is largely peaceful except Mount Kenya counties and Nairobi. There are chaos in Nyeri, Kiambu, Murang'a, Embu, Laikipia. In most Mount Kenya counties, we are seeing chaos. Roads being blocked, stones being thrown. The fourth observation, Gen Zs have not accessed the CBD and State House. They did promise that they were going to access the CBD and if possible State House. And in our earlier video, I even shared out a clip of a Kikuyu prophetess saying walikuwa wanaenda State House kukata Ruto shingo. Gen Zs have not been able not only to access State House, but even the CBD. I also saw some Kenyans with rungus in Nairobi CBD. They claim to be business individuals protecting their businesses. What does all this mean, ladies and gentlemen? If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's proceed. If you look at the whole country, protests are only concentrated in Mount Kenya counties. Kisumu is peaceful, Mombasa peaceful, Ukambani peaceful, Masai peaceful, Northeastern peaceful. These protests are mainly concentrated in Mount Kenya counties and in Nairobi. And in Nairobi, we can say that these are people who are being transported from Mount Kenya counties into Nairobi. This is a political war where the mountain, leaders from the mountain, wants to rejoin the government. And they want to rejoin the government through all the means possible. If William Ruto today extends an olive branch to the mountain leaders, to their so-called kingpins, and in this case, regarding Gachagua, we might see the mountain coming down. We might see peace on the mountain. So all these noises, all these protests are because the mountain is out of power. They are not in government. So as Kenyans demonstrate, as they protest, they must understand the bigger picture. The bigger picture here is the mountain has tasted power. The mountain knows power is very sweet. They are looking for all possible means to rejoin the government. And if William Ruto extends that olive branch, the mountain will rejoin Ruto's government. That's something coming out very, very clearly. No deaths so far reported, no shops looted, no police stations burnt down. If this government is serious, it wants to crush this rebellion, the government will succeed. And that's why in this forum I've been telling William Ruto, the president, to be serious. He has got all the instruments of power. This is not a popular uprising against his government. This is an uprising by just a section of the population. William Ruto still enjoys a lot of goodwill if he plays his cards very well. If he does not play his cards very well, then he might just end up being a one-term president. But he still enjoys some goodwill among some well-meaning Kenyans. William Ruto just plays cards very well. He should not tolerate leaders who are inciting their tribesmen and women to violence. The government should firmly deal with these goons masquerading as Gen Zs. Yes, some Gen Zs or some so-called Gen Zs might be genuine, but a whopping majority, from what I've observed, are not genuine. They are just playing some very bad political games. We were told that in today's protests, the so-called Gen Zs were going to access the CBD and they were also going to reach State House. That has not happened. So the government, if the government can decide to deal with these Gen Zs, the government can succeed. It's only that the government was not serious. I've also seen some Kenyans with rungus in Nairobi CBD. They are saying that they are business community. And we've also been seeing them before in those previous protests. How did they get to the CBD? While we are seeing most Kenyans were being denied access, it's somehow very clear to me that those might have been paid and mobilized individuals by maybe leaders supporting this government. And now that there's been no looting so far, it can also help us expose who has been looting shops in Nairobi CBD. These men in Rungus, all along we were being told they are the ones who have been looting the shops. They have got access to the CBD. But so far, no shop has been looted. Who are these who have been looting the shops, ladies and gentlemen? This is a story that is still developing. We are still working on a detailed analysis on today's Sabasaba protests. We are also still waiting for Raila Odinga to reach Kamkunji. He was to be there by 3 p.m., which has already passed, but we are still keenly waiting for that. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.